Have you ever wondered who the richest family in the world is? You might be thinking about billionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, but the wealthiest family isn't from the tech world at all. It's the Al Nahyan royal family from Abu Dhabi, with an astonishing net worth of $305 billion. That's more than the combined net worth of Gautam Adani and Mukesh Ambani. The Al Nahyan family is not just the wealthiest family on the planet, they're a trillionaire dynasty whose influence and fortune extend across every conceivable facet of life. They aren't just owners of palaces or fancy cars, they redefine wealth on an unimaginable scale, from global real estate to super yachts that make cruise ships look modest. Today, we're delving deep into what it's like to live as part of this royal family, where their assets are so expansive that keeping track might make your head spin. What would it feel like to never have to worry about money again? To live in a world where buying a new property in Paris or New York is as simple as picking up groceries? That's the life we're talking about today. A legacy of wealth and power. When you think about the United Arab Emirates, images of glittering skyscrapers and vast oil wealth probably come to mind. But behind this modern success story lies the Nahyan dynasty, the ruling family of Abu Dhabi. The Nahyan family originally comes from the Banu Yas Confederation, a group of Bedouin tribes that lived around the Liwa Oasis in the Rub al-Khali desert. In the 1790s, they made a significant move, shifting their base from the desert to Abu Dhabi, which at the time was just a small coastal settlement. This decision proved to be monumental. Over the centuries, the Nahyan family became the rulers of Abu Dhabi, shaping its political and economic future. One of the most influential figures in the Nahyan dynasty's history was Zayed ibn Khalifa, who ruled from 1855 to 1909. Under his leadership, the family built strong relationships with other sheikdoms in the region, which later paved the way for cooperation between the emirates. This was crucial as oil was discovered in Abu Dhabi in 1958, turning the region into one of the wealthiest in the world. However, not every ruler was quick to embrace the changes. Shahbut ibn Sultan, who led from 1928 to 1966, was hesitant to modernize, despite the influx of oil wealth. The 1960s saw a critical collaboration between the Nahyan family of Abu Dhabi and the Maktoum family of Dubai. Together, they laid the groundwork for what would become the United Arab Emirates in 1971. The Nahyan family's influence grew even stronger as Sheikh Zayed ibn Sultan Al Nahyan became the first president of the UAE, serving from 1971 until his death in 2004. Sheikh Zayed was known for his wisdom and visionary leadership, which helped transform the UAE into a global hub for trade, tourism, and finance. Following Sheikh Zayed's death, his son, Sheikh Khalifa ibn Zayed Al Nahyan, took over as president of the UAE and Emir of Abu Dhabi in 2004. Khalifa played a pivotal role in continuing his father's legacy by using the country's vast oil wealth to develop infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Under his leadership, the UAE grew even more prosperous, and Abu Dhabi's influence over the other emirates deepened. Although Sheikh Khalifa suffered a stroke in 2014 and took on a more ceremonial role, his impact on the country's development remained significant. His younger brother, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, took over many responsibilities and officially became president in 2022. The Nahyan family's role in shaping the UAE's modern history is undeniable. From the early days in the desert to leading one of the most prosperous nations in the world, their story is one of foresight, collaboration, and resilience. Have you ever wondered what it takes to lead a nation through such profound change? The Nahyan dynasty offers a fascinating glimpse into how leadership and vision can transform not just a family but an entire country. Real estate palaces. The Al Nahyan family's home isn't just any mansion, it's the Qasr Al Watan, a presidential palace that's spread over 94 acres of land in Abu Dhabi. Can you imagine living in a place where the chandeliers alone are made from 350,000 crystals? It's one of the grandest palaces in the world, housing valuable historic artifacts. Built at a mind-blowing cost of $90 million, this masterpiece is more than a home, it's a small gilded city. Walking into Qasr Al Watan feels like stepping into a live-action Arabian Nights, with fewer genies and far more zeros in the budget. The palace's intricate Islamic architecture, from the arches to the domes, could make you forget your own name. Every inch of it screams opulence, from the elaborate calligraphy on the walls to chandeliers so massive they probably have their own gravitational pull. Inside Qasr al-Watan lies the House of Knowledge, a library that makes the Library of Congress look like your local neighborhood bookshop. It's filled with books on every subject you could imagine, from science to governance. It's a bibliophile's dream, if that bibliophile also had a taste for chandeliers and gilded book spines. But that's not all. The Al Nahyans also have Qasr al-Hosn, a historic fort-turned museum, which served as their starter palace before modern architectural marvels took over. Compared to today's royal residences, this place might seem quaint. But don't be fooled. This was the center of royal life in Abu Dhabi, long before their $500 million palaces became the norm. Today, one of the main royal residences is Al Mushrif Palace, a colossal estate featuring, no doubt, an excessive number of bathrooms in case 1,000 guests drop by without warning. Then there's Al Ain Palace, a museum dedicated to the family's heritage and history. It's like an episode of This Is Your Life, only with priceless artifacts and royal lineage. People often mistake Emirates Palace for another royal residence. In reality, it's a $3 billion luxury hotel where you might find a gold-plated toothbrush on your room service menu. And of course, there's the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, which the family owns. It's another feather in their cap, or rather, another floor on their skyscraper. Abu Dhabi alone is a gallery of palatial residences, each grander than the last. Their homes in the UAE are so large that they could host diplomatic summits, film festivals, or even the Olympics, all at once. And why not? When you have the means, why limit yourself? Their global real estate portfolio is equally jaw-dropping. The family's holdings in the United Kingdom are valued at over $7 billion. Think about that for a second. Imagine having enough wealth to own some of the most prestigious real estate in one of the world's most expensive cities. For example, their Belgrave Square residence in London isn't just a house. It's the official residence of the UAE ambassador to the UK. With properties like the Berkeley Square House and Tilney House, the Al Nahyan family's homes make Buckingham Palace look like a cozy starter home. Their international portfolio also extends to New York, Paris, and Geneva. For the Al Nahyan family, it's not about choosing one city or one home. It's about acquiring the best properties in every city that matters. And the question becomes, if you had the choice, where would you buy your next home? London, New York, or Paris? A sports empire fit for kings. But it's not just palaces and properties. One of the Al Nahyan family's most eye-catching purchases came in 2008, when Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan bought Manchester City Football Club for $250 million. At the time, it seemed like a wild investment. Who buys a football club in a country thousands of miles away? Well, Sheikh Mansour does, and it turns out he was right. Under his ownership, Manchester City went from being a mid-tier team to one of the most dominant forces in European football. They've won the Premier League a staggering 8 times since the takeover, 4 of those titles coming consecutively. Sheikh Mansour didn't just buy a team, he built an empire. The City Football Group, which owns 12 football clubs worldwide, is now valued at $1.5 billion. And while you might think owning a football team is just a rich man's hobby, it's clear that Sheikh Mansour is in it for more than fun. He's turned Manchester City into a global brand and a winning machine. The car's more than just transportation. We're not talking about a few Ferraris or Lamborghinis in the garage, we're talking about an automotive museum. They own a staggering collection of 700 high-end cars. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed's personal favourite, the Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman, a luxury limousine once favoured by heads of state. And yes, it's just another gem in their crown of opulence, but nothing compares to Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan's collection, also known as the Rainbow Sheikh. His garage is home to the bizarre and the breathtaking. Imagine a Mercedes-Benz S-Class dipped in every shade of the rainbow. Sheikh Hamad didn't stop at just one. He created an entire day-of-the-week collection with 7 Mercedes S-Classes, each painted a different colour. Picking a car to match your mood? That's a reality for the Rainbow Sheikh. Then there's his 8x8 off-road beast known as the Gulf Sheikh, which looks like it's built to conquer the surface of Mars, and his Dodge Rainbow, a Dodge Charger sporting every colour of the spectrum. But the pièce de résistance, the world's largest motorised Jeep, a 20-foot replica of a Willys Jeep, which holds the Guinness World Record. You have to wonder, is there anything he won't supersize? Oh, and let's not forget the 122-ton Bedouin Caravan. This colossal vehicle features 8 bedrooms and a viewing deck. Why book a hotel when you can tow one around? Aviation, flying in luxury. When you have as much wealth as the Al Nahyan family, cars and yachts aren't always enough. Sometimes you need to take to the skies, and the Al Nahyan family doesn't do economy class. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed owns a Boeing 747 valued at $450 million. This isn't just any jet, it's a flying palace. Decked out in gold and silver interiors, it features state-of-the-art entertainment centers, private conference rooms, and even an opulent master bedroom. Who needs first class when you own the plane? Even their smaller jets like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which costs a mere $10 million, redefine luxury air travel. Plush seating, exquisite materials, and cutting-edge technology ensure that every flight is more comfortable than most people's homes. But their jets aren't just for personal travel. The family also uses them for philanthropic and diplomatic missions, showing up in flying gold-plated castles to spread goodwill. The yachts, floating palaces. If private jets are cramped, the Al Nahyan family can always retreat to their super yachts. Take Rabdan, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed's 240-foot yacht that comes with a price tag of $60 million. It has 15 cabins, a swimming pool, a beach club, and multiple jacuzzis. Rabdan is essentially a cruise ship for the ultra-wealthy, a floating paradise where 8-star luxury is the norm. Then there's Azam, the world's largest super yacht at 590 feet. Built by Nauta Yachts and designed with interiors by Christophe Leone, Azam once held the title of the world's largest super yacht. At $600 million, it comes complete with a gym, cinema, spa, and guest rooms fit for royalty. And let's not forget it can reach speeds of over 30 knots, perfect for dodging unwanted attention on the open seas. But even Azam isn't the pinnacle of luxury. That honor belongs to Topaz, Sheikh Mansour's $450 million yacht. Designed by Terence Disdale, Topaz is a floating city equipped with state-of-the-art amenities, including a gymnasium, spa, helipad, and even a cinema room. This yacht isn't just about luxury, it's about ruling the seas. What's next for the Al Nahyan family? With their vast wealth and endless resources, the Al Nahyan family shows no signs of slowing down. Their investments in technology, real estate, and sports continue to grow. Their philanthropic efforts are also well known, proving that despite their opulent lifestyle, they are still committed to giving back to the world. But if there's one takeaway from their trillionaire life, it's this. When you have the means, why limit yourself? The Al Nahyan family is a living testament to what's possible when you dream big and have the resources to make those dreams come true. And if you ever find yourself thinking about what it would be like to live a life without financial limits, just remember, the Al Nahyan family is already doing it, and they're doing it in style. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of the Al Nahyan family, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know which part of their trillionaire lifestyle you found the most astonishing. What would you do if you had their kind of wealth?